All right, so today we're going to be talking about traffic congestion and how that affects carrier pricing, and we're also going to be talking about some ways that we could possibly fix that problem. So, the first thing is you're going to have higher maintenance costs when there's a lot of traffic. If the vehicles are sitting in traffic all the time, having to brake and then accelerate, sit idle, that's increasing the wear and tear on the vehicles because braking so much, accelerating so much just does that over time compared to if they're just riding smoothly. And so that's going to increase the maintenance costs. Plus, it increases the risk of accidents if they're sitting in traffic or there's chaos on the roads. Then you're possibly going to have to deal with damage to the vehicle. If you're sitting in, bumper to bumper traffic, someone gets rear-ended, that's a whole thing. And so it's just more chaos, more wear and tear on the vehicles, which is going to increase cost, which then they have to make up for somewhere, which is going to be in their pricing. Another is increased fuel costs. So just like it increases the maintenance, the sitting idle, braking, accelerating is going to decrease the miles per gallon or the gas mileage that the vehicle gets, which is going to mean they're having to fill up more. And in that case, they're paying more for fuel, which increases their expenses, increases their costs. All their expenses they have to make up for somewhere else. They're not doing profitable business. So another thing is they're just more inefficient with their equipment when there's a lot of traffic. So basically, if drivers are sitting in traffic, making their trips for shipments longer, then they're going to have to increase the number of drivers that they have to be able to do the same amount of shipments, or they're just going to have to take on less shipments, which is less revenue. If they're taking on more drivers, they're increasing their expenses. And so, you want to be able to do as many shipments in the shortest amount of time for the least amount of money, but traffic can cause them to be more inefficient with the amount of trucks that they're using, how long their drivers are having to be paid for, with the hours of service, that causes a problem as well. So if they're sitting in traffic, that's eating into their time, and if they time out, then you're going to have more drivers because they're not able to work as long because of traffic. And so all of those things just increase that cost that they're dealing with. And then it also can just put strain on relationships with suppliers if they're not getting to their delivery destinations on time. They may be paying late fees for their shipments not arriving on time, or they may lose business from customers when they don't make their shipments on time, or they kind of cause problems in their relationship with their suppliers. And so, again, if they're losing revenue, they're going to have to make up for that somewhere. So all of those things are outcomes of traffic on carrier pricing. And so some suggestions for solutions that they could do would be investing in infrastructure. So, expanding highways, expanding road systems, and as it might seem unrelated, actually increasing public transportation can help with congestion on the roads. So while public transportation like buses and trains and things like that may seem irrelevant to a truck driver, investing in those things can actually get cars off the road and give trucks more space on the road. So that's something that they can do to help possibly decrease congestion. Another thing is having more flexible delivery schedules. So, there's a typical time of day that you usually expect to receive your packages or get your deliveries in. But usually it's, within normal hours of the day. But like, for example, Amazon has started doing overnight deliveries where I've gotten a package at 4 a.m., which you usually wouldn't expect, but at that time, there's less traffic on the road, there's less congestion, people aren't out driving as much, and so it could be beneficial for some trucking companies to be making shipments, making deliveries at, less common hours of the day, making deliveries if possible, if they can work that out with their customers, making their shipments at off hours. And then another thing is just increasing the use of non-truck transportation modes. So when possible, transport certain things on water or by train, and just trying to spread out a little bit of that space so that everything is not by truck all the time, so that the trucks that need to be on the road can be on the road. So shipping companies can work that out with their logistics to see, hey, where can we, expand in this mode of transportation to be able to make things more efficient.